Welcome to this new video series, the Northern New Jersey Luxury Market Pulse. Host Scott Celich. This series topic is Bergen and Hudson County strategic selling. This is the first video of a 3-video series, The Inventory Paradox in Northern New Jersey. If you've been watching these headlines, you've likely heard that the inventory is an all-time low. But for many luxury homeowners in Bergen and Hudson County, low inventory is kind of like a double-edged sword. It creates a high price, yes, but it also creates Analytical, much more demanding buyer. Today, we're here going to look at why simply having no competition isn't ideal, guaranteed to give you a premium sale price in today's shifting market. I'm Scott Celich with Keller Williams City Views Realty in Fort Lee, New Jersey. For over 32 years, I've navigated these complexities of the Northern New Jersey luxury marketplace, from high-rises in Fort Lee to estates in Tenafly. With over 500 closed sales and over $2 billion in sales in my career, sales volume, I've learned that in this high-end sector, data is the only thing that removes doubt. My goal is to provide you with some clarity and strategy that you need to move in this market with confidence. Let's take a deep dive. When we look at the towns like Leonia or Englewood right now, the statistics are kind of staggering. We are seeing some of the lowest monthly supply of inventory in history. In a standard market, we look at about 6 months of inventory, which is considered like a balanced market. Right now, in many of these local zip codes, we're looking at sitting at less than 2 months of inventory, which creates a lot of stress on the system. However, as a luxury seller, you have to realize that your buyer is not the same buyer looking at a starter home. A luxury buyer in the Bergen County is often moving from Manhattan, relocating from a larger region, another region, a higher corporate office position. They're tech savvy, they're financially literate, and they are looking for, to hedge themselves against inflation. For example, they aren't just buying a house, they're buying an asset. In my 32 years of experience, I've seen what low inventory is all about. And buyers becoming more cautious, not less. They're actually, their biggest fear is that they're worried about overpaying in a market like this. That's why I became an AI-enabled agent. We don't just look at what's sold in the last month. We use predictive analytics to see where the market is moving over the next 90 days. We really try to use data to support our decisions. We look at migration patterns. How many people are searching into Tenafly for schools, for example, or Edgewood for the commute? And we use the data to position your home at a definitive choice based on the patterns. If you're pricing your home based on hope rather than data, your risk is too dangerous of a risk in this luxury market. This is the situation even in a low inventory market. If a home in Cliffside Park or Fort Lee sits for more than 21 days, the market begins to wonder, what's wrong with this property? What's going on with that listing? My strategy is designed to create a liquidity event where we use the low inventory situation to create a surge of interest in those first 14 days, ensuring you just don't get an offer, you get the right offer, you get a lot of activity. The market today isn't about luck, it's about precision. It's about understanding that while there are fewer homes for sale, there's also a specific type of buyer waiting for that specific type of home for that property, and we tailor our plan to that buyer. My job is to make sure that your property is one that meets that demand. That's very specific. That's my focus. If you're curious about how many homes specifically are shifting in the market right now, just text me to the number on the screen. Let's look at data together. In our next video, we're going to break down this hyper-local trends town by town from the Gold Coast to the Northern Valley region.